we got into Maya pretty late last night, and after sorting out all the tents and cooking and getting some last minute shopping stuff done, I couldn't bother to film anymore. But there's some amazing scenery around. This is where we camped last night. We couldn't really see much of it when we arrived, but it looks absolutely awesome. We've camped this valley, and there's a river just running along this edge here, and it's just so nice. So we're going to do this little hike this morning, just around. There are a few caves and there's a few nice trails just going up into these mountains, and then we're going to possibly head off and head towards Denver and find somewhere to stay the night and kind of plan what we want to do, because that was kind of our first main hub that we were quite interested in. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, we'll just see how today goes.
Well, we're experiencing the culture of Colorado, and to get fully involved and immerse ourselves in that culture, we are heading to a recreational marijuana store to fully understand the reason for legalization and testing whether it works. Join me in a minute. Oh.
Obviously,
Mark, you are fresh.
yes.
Dun, dun, dun. So we're good.
So can you tell me what the obviously you wanted to know as well, but as in what's like the tax that's put on the
18.9.
Okay.
So yes, we in Eagle have a town fee. It's $5 above $20 or $1 under.
Yeah.
And that's on every transaction.
Yeah.
So, and that was something that they had to work out to actually let this shop come in, because they tried to change the rules after the fact.
Okay.
And that's how we ended up getting to be here, was the town actually said, well, you can't, you got to grandfather this company in.
Yeah.
So yeah, the story's all over the wall there with the newspaper.
So I'm in the middle of editing this video at the moment, and I wanted to just run some calculations just to see how much money would go into tax. So Christina said from one day, their maximum they've actually made is $16,000. So, but with an average of $5,000 a day, so but that was their maximum. So on that $16,000 a day, $3,000 would have roughly gone towards the state, and then there would be a town fee added onto that as well. So assuming that everyone on that day spent $250 in their one transaction, which is pretty much the maximum amount that you can spend, that would have been an extra $320 going towards the town. So that's really, really interesting actually. There are loads of statistics all over the internet, so have a look at that. But we wanted to find out how much you could actually buy in one transaction, and what we could buy. So next stage.
You can buy 28 grams of marijuana.
Yeah.
Of actual flower.
Yeah.
You can buy 800 milligrams of edibles.
Sorry, it's so 800 grams of edibles or 28 grams of flour.
Yes, exactly. Sure. But see now, and you could, in theory, stop at each shop, but each shop is only allowed to sell you 1 ounce.
Yeah.
And you're only technically allowed to have 1 ounce on you.
Yes.
So, and they want it in your trunk.
Your trunk?
If you're traveling or out of reach. If you had if you have like you guys are riding in the front and there's a back seat, throw it in the back.
Yeah.
And then you're totally covered. There's no in a sealed container. When it leaves here, it'll be in a bag with a receipt stapled to it, sealed.
Yeah.
Yada yada. You can run into no trouble that way.
Great.
What's going on? It's interesting at this shop. You guys are like some of the youngest people that have come in here. A lot of the people are I would say I'm 40 and up.
Yeah.
And and it's not quantity. They're buying 3 joints.
Yeah.
3 grams of whatever, a little thing of edibles. And it's more of like small, almost like grocery purchases, as opposed to large quantities. I thought we were just going to be running ounces out the door. People coming in, I want my ounce, and leaving. And it's just not that way, because it is something that you can pick up like groceries.
So one of the things that dawned on me quite early on while looking around the shop was just the sheer amount of variety that there was. So you could get things like chocolate bars, brownies, sugary sweets, drinks, pre-rolls, just normal kind of flour, vapes, and patches. And it was just crazy. I had no idea there was that amount of variety around. Dave was quite keen to get a nice variety of different styles of the drug. So he got a large variety of pre-rolls, flour, got a cookie, a pot of brownies, and an energy drink, and just wanted to see kind of the effects of each of them, and how the edibles especially differed from smoking it. I honestly believe that the weirdest part about that was it was so natural. Like, it felt like you were walking into a corner shop. It wasn't shady. There was nothing about it that would scream anything other than this is just normal, which it is in Colorado.
Yeah.
But coming from
England, where it's you can be done for possession.
Yeah.
Is very interesting to see how people view the drug, and there's a lot of people from different backgrounds. We saw a lot of old people, young people, a lot of well-to-do, probably not well-to-do.
Well, I mean, Christina said that the average age was like 14 above.
Which is very interesting, because I thought that would be a generation that'd be most hostile towards it.
I think one of the most interesting things about this whole scenario is when we actually started talking to people in Denver. So everywhere you look in Denver, there is construction going on. There's huge remodeling going on. There's a huge amount of change. And talking to some of the taxi drivers who've been there for a little while and seen this sudden influx in economy and money, and all down pretty much, or what they think anyway, to the legalization of weed, and all this influx of money is just huge. And I was just looking at an article that said that as of April this year, I'm not sure if it's changed recently, but unemployment has got to 2.3%, which is one of the lowest places in the country. And talking to the locals, it's just this huge sort of change in the economy just through this legalization, and also in the businesses trying to now having to hire more people to serve this huge influx, and trying to find chefs and that sort of thing. So but yeah, it's just so interesting to see how this change has affected so dramatically the industry and the area around it. It means that there's less people in prison, and it also means that when you're buying it, you know exactly what you're buying, and you know everything that you're doing is it's fine.
And they've set a very strict legal limit, just like alcohol. They checked our ID straight away. I look over 21. I think I look over 21. Yeah. But they made sure that my ID was checked. With a passport, I couldn't even use my English driving license, which gets me mostly anywhere. So yeah, it was a really interesting experience, and one I hope that continues the trend elsewhere.
Now to Denver. So we got in Denver. We're staying at a small motel just to kind of get our bearings. We've got some Wi-Fi, so we can start looking at different areas in which we can stay in Colorado. And we're just going to kind of plan from there. We've got a few ideas of what we want to do, but nothing solid, and we have no clue how long we're going to stay for as well. So we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, Looking forward to it.